Hey guys, good morning, welcome to the live session of Stock Sniper Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US30, sell, okay? I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please, secure.
As a trader, we all look for tight or low spreads, which helps us to get in and out of the market. Using the right broker can help us try different strategies. With multiple options of brokers on the web, here at Stock Sniper Trading, we have a recommended broker, that is, HankoTrade. With spreads as low as 0 pips and leverage up to 500x, HankoTrade is just one click away. With multiple account types to choose from, you also have a minimum deposit of $10. Using HankoTrade's affiliate program, refer a friend and earn up to a 40% commission on trading volume. Built by traders, for traders. HankoTrade.
Recording in progress.
Hey guys, welcome, good afternoon, happy Friday, Juma Mubarak, welcome everybody. It is just after 1 p.m. Eastern, my time over here, and today is Friday, December the 8th, guys, welcome. Hopefully everyone is having a fantastic day today, trading and just in general otherwise. Hopefully you guys are having a great day, okay? Everybody should be, okay? It's Friday. We're getting close to the weekend. I know a lot of you guys appreciate your weekends and you guys enjoy your weekends. You guys work hard and weekend is coming. So what we're going to do today is we're going to review post NFP Friday. We'll do gold. We'll do a little bit of US30. If we have some time and the likes are good, we'll maybe do a top down on NASDAQ as well. Maybe we'll do some 3 charts here and get ready for maybe next week and see how things are moving. Okay, so hopefully everyone's had a great day today. Gold selling. We'll review all of the news and everything like that. And again, what I was just speaking to the snipers on Zoom right before we started this call is we want to make sure you guys hit daily goals, preserve daily goals. If you've had a good day, a good week, maybe combined you're running 2 good weeks, start to reduce your risk a little bit going into the weekend. You don't want to do anything right now that could destroy anything, your financial goals, your mindset going into the weekend, because that could kind of make you have a negative week next week. So just please guys, trade smart, proper risk management, and let's go from there. Okay, so welcome everybody, and what we're going to do is get started with just looking through the news of the market before we look at any charts. Okay, so what I like to do every single time before I start trading is, first thing is Forex Factory. I like to look at any news. Will I be trading any session, whether you're trading London, New York, Post, this session, Tokyo session? Is there any specific news that could impact the specific securities that we're trading? But you really want to look at these things. So we'll get into Forex Factory, we'll look at earnings, and we'll go from there. So I just want to thank everybody for joining. Thank you guys, everyone on Zoom. I appreciate all of you guys. I know it's been busy for you guys. We've had live London, we've had live NFP, we've had Post, and now we have post afternoon going into power hours. So just shout outs to everybody. Dave, Shahab, PK, everybody doing a fantastic job and helping snipers earn and learn daily. Okay, so welcome everybody. Thanks for joining. Juanito, thank you, bro, for joining. I appreciate you. Annette, I hope you're having a fantastic week. Thank you for joining. Awesome, guys. Promello, welcome. My daughter, is she doing better? My daughter yeah, she is doing better, thankfully. We got the antibiotics she needed, but she's doing better. She's here with me. She's just laying on the couch here resting. But thank you, bro. I appreciate you asking. Thank you. Thank you, Juanito. I appreciate you too, brother. Thank you so much. Okay, guys. And everyone on YouTube, appreciate you guys as well. You guys are also part of the SST Sniper team. We appreciate all of you guys as well. Shout outs to all of you guys as well coming on and hitting the like button and subscribing and notifications, all of that stuff. Thank you guys. Okay, so let's get started. Let's get into Forex Factory. Okay, so Most of you guys are aware today was NFP Friday. If you're not aware of NFP Friday, we got to learn this. Okay, we've been talking about this since the start of the week. Monday this is what the market was basically waiting for. And next week we also have FOMC and some other big red folder news. So this is just a little appetizer of what's to come next week. But let's talk about the actual numbers, because a lot of traders get confused by these numbers and then they don't know how to trade the market. So just going through today, London was pretty slow in London. We had Italian banks close today, and over here, okay, so 8:30, this was the big one. Never mind this Canadian news, okay, that's nothing. Look over here, USD, three big red folders. So remember we were talking about these yesterday. We have average hourly earnings month over month. So we are in December. These results are for the month of November. Do we all understand that? This is for the previous month. Number one, we gotta start with just facts of what these numbers are so that we can kind of gauge how the markets are moving. So this was the month of November, previous month. We're in December right now. So these are all of the data tallied up from the month of November on the job reports. Do we understand this? Number one, does this make sense, guys? We're looking at the job report from November, not December. I know today's date is December 8th, but this is previous month over month earnings. So I'm going to ask you now. We got to get used to these three columns. Or we have a previous. So what does this 0.2% mean? Previous. When I'm reading this, let's all go together. Let's learn this. So what does this 0.2? What month is this telling us? If this is report for November, what does this 0.2% mean? I know it's a nice number. We all see it, but what does this mean? What month is it representing? Anybody know? Come on, guys, let's get through this quickly. Let's go. This should be boom, 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 boom. We should all be nailing this out of the park. Nobody? Come on. October. There you go already. Okay, so October. Yeah, it's not this is not rocket science, guys, but I want to make sure everyone is on the same page, because there's not always a good review on this stuff. So, previous month. This is November's reading. The month before November is October. So, we had earnings month over month 0.2. Their forecast, this is our smart people are forecasting what it would be. So 0.3 is an increase from the previous month, but look at the actual data now that came out, the actual data in November, 0.4%. Is this good or bad? Good or bad when we see this? I know it's green, but the green might throw you off on some of these readings. That's why I want to go through this, because I know one of these ones threw a lot of people off. Okay, that's good, right? Individuals are making more money, average hourly earnings. So over here, let's say, for example, you're making $20 an hour. And now they forecasted that people are making more, so maybe $21 an hour. And then the actual number came out. Maybe in the month of November, corporations and companies gave more of a raise. So maybe individuals are making $22 an hour to go up with the cost of inflation. So that's good. Number one, that's good for the economy. That's good for U.S. individuals. That's good for U.S. dollar. Okay, are we clear on this? Thumbs up if we're clear on this. That was just the first one. Now we're going to get more into the meat on this. Over here, non-farm employment change. Okay, so what does this mean? What does it mean? Now let's just click on the folder really quickly. So it's a change in the number of employed people during the previous month, excluding the farming industry. So no disrespect to farmers. We love you guys. You guys are the heart of the economy, farmers. I love you guys more than anybody. I support my farmers. I go to my local Trails End market, and that's where I buy all my vegetables and everything. So farmers, we love you, but this is not to do with you guys. So these numbers that come out are during the previous month, excluding the farming industry. So again, if it's actual greater than the forecast, it's good for the US dollar. So let's now go through it again. So remember what we were talking about over here? The previous month, this is October. The numbers were 150,000. This is kind of where it gives us our guideline that we start to move from. So what did they forecast? The smart people, what did they forecast? They forecasted 184,000. a 34,000 increase. Is this good or bad, the forecast? If they're forecasting more over here, it's good, right? Or am I wrong? Change in number of employed people during the previous month. So what they're saying is 34,000 more people are employed. They're forecasting that. Look at the actual numbers, the data, now all tallied up from the month of November. Did this beat their expectations? Did this beat their forecast? Is this a good number or is this a bad number? Because some people get thrown off with like unemployment and employment. That's what they get thrown off on. This is a fantastic number, guys. It's almost 50,000 more people are employed from October. It exceeded their forecast, and it came out also 15,000 more people employed over their forecast. That's great. November is a great month of individuals, of jobs being created. But this one, in my opinion, this is the big one. Okay, so if I was to place emphasis on each one of these ones, which one would be the big one? This one, the unemployment rate. Okay, so this is the one that kind of throws people off. I had some messages this morning and said, Ron, why this one threw me off? Okay, so let's just walk through it again. What is an unemployment rate? The percentage of total workforce that is unemployed and actively seeking employment during the previous month. Okay, so over here again, October was our previous month. It was 3.9%. That's the unemployment rate. Their forecast was the same, 3.9%. The smart people were forecasting that there would be no change in the unemployment. This number is actually less. Look at it, 0.2% less than 3.9. Someone asked me, why is this not red when it goes down? Do you guys know? Like, is it? Are you guys? Does this? I had a couple questions on this. Said, why is this 3.7 not red when it's below 3.9? Because this is now unemployment. So the decrease, remember what it is, percentage of total workforce that is unemployed. So when it goes down, this is good. There's less people that are unemployed. They're actively working. So the lower this number goes, the better it is. That's why it's green. So that's why, guys, I'm going to ask you guys now, after we reviewed all of this, I'm going to ask you guys a simple question. Is this good for the US economy? Yes or no? All of these three readings. Sometimes we'll get one or two of them, but when we have all three of them, this is good for the US economy, okay? Is this good or bad for the US dollar? US dollar. If we have more individuals, the market is creating more jobs, more people are working, they're contributing to the economy, they're paying their taxes, they're working, everybody is happy. This is great for the US economy, okay? And then what would this do to the US dollar? We're going to see maybe an injection of volume come into the US dollar. Now, if anything that's correlated with the US dollar, if you're trading GBP USD, if you're trading Euro USD, if you're trading gold, XAU USD. Now, when you know correlations, if this is really good for the US dollar, we should see the opposite movement in the other securities we're trading. That's why today was a gold selling day, and it broke less than 2,000. It broke that psychological support. Okay, so our NFP today was fantastic for the month of November for the job report. Okay, so let's continue to move forward. Now we know that information. Sometimes you got to make snappy decisions. You know, when you're scalping these markets, I'm not going to lie. This news is released right at 8:30. Then they just drop these numbers. So what I do is I kind of prepare myself for the numbers. I always kind of vision what the previous month will be. Then when I see these three green, I know that that's good for the US dollar. So if I'm trading, like let's say for example gold, my bias is leaning to sell gold. You guys, but you maybe have to learn this before NFP so you have a little bit of a bias when you're trading, okay? And let's just go through earnings really quickly. Fridays are normally light days on earnings. That's why you can look at your calendar, like even for next week. Prepare yourself for next week. Here's Monday the 11th, Tuesday the 12th, Wednesday 13, and Thursday 14. We can see which days are heavy. You can see that they're getting a little light. Like before open on Monday, we have 0 companies. After close, we only have 5. Tuesday a little lighter, 2. So you can see it's starting to get in close to the holidays. Corporations are starting to end their earnings. Today we had only 4 pre-market, and after close, nothing. So these are our corporations today. I always look to see if there's a specific one that I know that if I'm trading US30, it will impact it. If I'm trading NASDAQ, one of those. If I'm trading S&P 500, I kind of want to know which ones are the big ones. Unless I'm individually trading these with options, after hours, again, there's nothing. So earnings, light day today. And just moving forward, Discord, we have a bot and Scalper Pro that sends out signals. I'm just going to review one right here just really quickly so you guys gauge how signals come out, because we've had a lot of questions. So maybe save everyone's questions to show you right here. So we had a potential sell here on US30. So it came out at 10:40 a.m. This is our AI bot. Okay, it just told us to look at this area. Sell US30 at 36,170, suggested 50 pip stop loss, suggested TP 100 pips. And this is now what we're looking at on a physical chart. Okay, so and then when we learn our patterns, we learn our price action, we learn our zones. Here it is, 36,170 right here. So I can see it came up and it got pushed down right there. It got pinned at 36,260, and then the sellers pushed it right back down. Now we consolidate right here at our neckline, and again it pushed right back up and got rejected lower than where they pinned it, and then this is the next leg coming down. So this is our physical M pattern with a body close below structure. And then when we follow, did it come up green to retest this line? No, it got rejected really quickly and broke the wick and started to drop down. So that is a traditional M pattern. That's what we have over here with our alphabet lore over here, our M, and continuing now to drop down. So if you place your stop loss up there, and yeah, there was a little bit of a pullback that almost came back up to entry, but it got pushed down, made new lows, came back up again, rejected, and then start to push down to 36,070 for about a 70 pip move so far. Okay, so that is our signals. Guys, I pinned at the top of YouTube our free Telegram channel. This is ours, 6.49 thousand. Let's try and get it up to 6.5K before the weekend. And what it is again, it shows what we do here. Here was a buy signal on gold, okay, holding the 2000 block over here and continue to come up. Now it's below there, it shot down. We're going to review all of that. And there was a US30. Okay, so when we know our zones, it came down to demand, back up, closed above, push up, come back down to this support structure, next support structure, and continuing to move up. If you want to add Fibonacci's, we broke above the 618 and came to almost full retracement back up to supply. Okay, so just continuing to move forward, guys. Everyone on YouTube, if you're new to SST, please subscribe, and more importantly, join this free Telegram. Okay, we show you guys exactly what we do here. If you're looking to become a member, we show you feedback from all of our members in our private Zooms. We do have an EA sniper kill shot with a dedicated team working around the clock 24 hours. We'll show you members how they're using it. Over here we've got testimony from one of our members, joined a few weeks ago, 3 months ago, was wondering what's the best person group chat to on the kill shot. And also just want to say the group signals from the AI bot, seriously next level. Never seen anything like this. Been in plenty of groups in the past, so thank you for that. We do appreciate it. Shows we put in hard work here, and you guys do see what we do here. So guys, and again, what I was just saying before, with these signals, if it gives a buy sell signal, that doesn't just mean you go into the trade blindly. look at, hopefully you got your charts done, and it maybe gives you confluence to your own charting, and maybe can kind of give you like a backup and say, okay, the signal, the AI bot, and SST is looking at the same buy criteria that you have already looking for, and maybe that might give you the confidence to take the trade. But this is not just get a buy sell and you just hit the buy sell button blindly. You got to do a little bit of due diligence. You got to put some legwork into it too, to look at the charts, give it a few minutes, because sometimes it might give a mid-range signal where we want to maybe get more into the bigger areas of demand or supply. Okay, and just moving forward, guys, these are our links over here to our website, prop firms, Instagram, YouTube's, all of that. And if you want to join us on Instagram and follow Dave and I right over here, these are all our official links. Stay away from the scammers, guys. Dave and I would never ever send you anything from SST to ask you guys for money and tell you guys we're going to give you guys an investment return. It's all BS, okay? Stay away from that stuff. Guys, we will start off with gold analysis, and then we'll look at either NASDAQ or US30. Completely up to you guys on the indices, but 100% we're going to do gold right now. I have gold on Bookmap over here. So this is our live liquidity platform. This is looking in the futures market. We're looking at the contract of GC-G4 at COMEX, Commodity Exchange, Rhythmic. We're going to have COMEX close in about 7 minutes now at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. It opens out 8:20, closes at 1:30. Yeah, if you guys want to do NQ, we'll do NQ. No worries. But we will get started off with gold. So just before I get into the top down of gold, we talked about everything that happened with NFP. So hopefully that's fresh in your mind. And now we have gold over here on the 15-minute time slices. Here's 12:30, 12:45, 1 p.m. Eastern when we started the call. Here's 1:15 and 1:30 is coming up. This white line is a very, very critical line in my opinion. This is called the VWAP. It's the volume weighted average price line. The institutions like to transact right around this line. So let's see if they maybe broke the VWAP and it's going to get rejected and come back down, and maybe they pick some liquidity up here and bring it back down. You can see the heat. So behind us in the background, this is what's called a heat map. You can see here, like, see how, like, look at the colors. It's like an orange, deep red color down here. So it's showing in the futures right now, if gold ever does come back down to this level, there's big liquidity sitting down there, like a big whale waiting to absorb all of that, and it could be buy side liquidity. Okay, so we'll see if it comes back down to pick up this liquidity. If it doesn't, we'll see if these pending orders start to move up in the depth of market and start to support this move that's happening on the buyers. Okay, and we'll see if we see some big heat coming in the market above here, and those will be our offers coming in the market. Okay, so we are at a critical area right now for gold, and we'll start to look at candlestick analysis. So I will leave Bookmap over here while I'm doing my top down on gold, and then we'll move into some indices. Okay, so let's get started with gold. So we spoke about the job reports. Fantastic report came out today. That's why we see gold making lower lows, lower highs today. Okay, and then if you want to look at your US dollar, look at your US dollar as well. So we should technically see the US dollar strengthening over here. Here was the news. Okay, so 8:30 we saw the big move on gold, on US dollar. It retraced right back, did not break any levels here, came back up to kind of this area of structure, pushed back down, holding down here. So US dollar's ranging today, and it came right back up. So you can see how you can use physical levels. Like if I was trading the US dollar, this is an area of support down in here, and stretch it across. You never know. Maybe we'll come back down here. Here's our area where US dollar got rejected, and bring it across. And maybe you can see in the future, if it ever taps these zones, maybe you sell at these areas, maybe you buy this area, and it's just ranging in here. It's coming up, going back down, coming back up, going back down, coming back up. Now it's going back down a little bit. Now it's consolidating right in the middle here. So this is where now the market might just trade sideways. It might come up one more attempt to test up here, or it might start to push down in here. Okay, so that's the US dollar. I don't trade physically the US dollar, but I always keep an eye on this thing, because US dollar is basically like a market mover in itself. So with whatever security you're trading, whether you're trading gold, you want to know what the US dollar is doing. If you're trading oil, you still want to know what the US dollar is doing. If you're trading any index related security, maybe it's you want to keep an eye on what the US dollar is doing. If you're trading anything like the pound, the euro, the yen, any physical currency that you're trading, you want to know what the US dollar is doing, because it is basically a market mover in itself. Okay, so this is the 5 minutes. Okay, it was consolidating down here for a little bit, where it's not the best to be trading this red, green, red, green, red, green, green. Now it might be starting to make its move, but keep an eye on this area on Bookmap when we're trading right at this this VWAP area. Keep an eye on here, what happens here, okay? Because it might be fake outs and then come back down. Maybe it's going to start to push up, but watch the depth of market here, how it acts over here. Okay, and let's start off with the daily on gold. Okay, so remember we talked about this big move over here. This was when gold took out the all-time highs. This was a engineered move on Friday, going through the weekend, opening up on Sunday night right at 6 p.m. and they took the all-time highs right up to 2050. Okay, that nice physical block up there. So what we can do is to prepare ourselves in the future, if gold ever comes back up to 2050 up here, have a red box. Bring this into the new year. Bring it as far as you want. Bring it into, who cares, guys? July. Look at where I brought it. July of 2024. We may never see gold come back up here again, or we will see it come back. But when it comes up there, let's be prepared for when it comes up there. We know that that's all-time high. Now, what did they do when they brought it to all-time high? It got a massive rejection. It was just sellers, sellers, sellers. And then it also, look at the bodies too, guys. This body, it completely engulfed the Green Friday's volume. Okay, and continue to push down. Now let's grab some physical levels. Okay, so see over here where it came up, back down, came up, back down, came up, back down. This is where I always identify this area as a zone right there. Do you guys see what I just did there? I didn't do anything magical. I didn't do anything. All I did there was see this week, Tuesday, gold came up to 2040 and went back down. Wednesday, gold came up to 2038, 39 and went back down. Yesterday, Thursday, or sorry, that was Wednesday. Thursday, yesterday came up to 2040, went back down. Okay, so it's safe to say 2040 is acting weekly resistance, and it's in this red box, no volume in there. So let's bring this red box across. This one, all-time highs, it's away from us. We may not see this for a long, long time. But this one, it's more active in here, okay? So we came into it, and then let's look at today with NFP. So we opened today, gold opened at 2028.29. We came up. Initially it came up, okay, to 2033, and it got rejected there. So I'm going to place a purple line right there to represent the high of the day, and we'll also write over here under settings, high of the day. Okay. Most of you guys already have your charts already completed. Maybe we can just match up. Some of you guys that want to learn how to do a top down, join me right now. Okay. I'm going a little bit slower so everyone has the time to see what we're doing here. So can we all agree that who is in control right now of the market? Okay, what we see here from the start over here of Monday. Okay, this is this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Let's just make sure we're on the same page. On the weekly and daily, who is in control of the market of gold right now? Do you think it's the buyers or the sellers currently? Just of starting this week. I'm going to say sellers, okay? I'm going to say sellers because it's making lower lows, and it pulled back to lower highs, and they continue to push it down. Now, if I ask you guys, who is in control of gold on a higher time frame, maybe on a monthly, like over here, do we agree that buyers are in control? Because last time it dipped down, it came down to 1815 back here in October, and it continued to push up for new higher highs up here to 2008. The pullback, higher low on the monthly right here. 1930s area, and then we continued to push up where we took out the all-time high, so it created the higher high. But now sellers this week are in control, but buyers are still in control over higher time frame, monthly, yearly. But this area, okay, another static zone. Let's identify this right now and put this on your chart getting ready for next week, next month, next year. Here was resistance. It turned to support right there. And then if I bring it across, we're still above this zone, okay, right there. So I'm going to make this a big green box. Someone's going to say, Ron, we're nowhere near 1950, but we're at 2000 right now. It might come down there, and that might be a great opportunity to buy with the buyers who are on the monthly continuing to push it up. So let's just mark this 1950 block as a potential buy area on a higher time frame. If you're looking for maybe like a swing position, if gold maybe comes down, retraces back up, and it comes down here, then that might be an opportunity to buy, and then it brings it right back up to here. Okay, so but we got to take it day by day, week by week, month by month. We're nowhere near there, but let's identify it. But we are now in a physical area right now where we're trading. So right over here, this is where they rejected it. Okay, three-day rejection. All it takes is 2 days, 3 days. We see it come up green up to 2010. They pushed it back down. It came back up again to this 2008, 9, 10 block, and then they pushed it back down. If I bring it across, I see this candle right here, November the 3rd, come up, come up, come up. Did it tap into the red box? No, it made a lower high, so they're pushing the market down. They're lowering the offers here too. It came in there green, got rejected, came in there green, got rejected, held base of support right here in 1990, and then continued to go up. See this green candle? That closed November 27 above. There it is. So we close with volume above. Here's your retracement. Possible buy right there. Could have bought gold at 2020 and swung it up to all-time highs. Now, I'm just bringing this physical box over. See right here, at the start of this week, Tuesday, that came down there, stopped, 2009, and we went right back up. And then it was just consolidating in here right before NFP. NFP now is, the volume is below here, okay? So this is more, might get tested today or especially next week, okay? So guys, let's pay particular attention on this zone right here, 2010 to 2008. The physical volume is below it right now. So let's follow our volume today. We opened, it came up, lower high, lower high, lower high, big body candle. We're still below 50% of this big body candle. So there was a slight little pullback, trapped some buyers this week, and then NFP, fantastic jobs report came out. So logically, we see gold pushing down. Now we're breaking out of here. Okay, so you see how it's continuing to hold this VWAP, and the depth of market is building below us right now. So we're continuing to pull offers out of the market, and gold is still continuing to drive through here. Okay, so I see right here, see some heat come in the market and some heat above us. So it might transact in there. Currently, our cumulative volume delta is positive 250 right now. So see when it just came down to the baseline right there, 0, and it held and then continued to push back up. So let's see if it can continue to take out this pending order right here. And there's 41 contracts on offer right there. If we can continue to chew this, maybe we'll continue to move up. Okay, so let's just follow the volume. As it broke down, this to me is a critical. I use the word critical. Now, whether you want to use the word critical or not, it doesn't really matter. I use it, okay? I've been using this word for a long time, so I'm going to stick with this word. To me, this is a critical level on the daily, and I use a yellow line to signify critical. Why is this critical? Because if we just look in the past at price action, November 27th, start of the week, Monday, we came up there, and that's where it got rejected at 2019-20, and then it pushed down. And then we get our big body volume move above it. I can see over here, Monday this week, we came down right down exactly to that yellow line and then went back up. On this day, we came down, we broke it, and we found some support and we came up and we closed exactly right there, 2019, 2020. And over here, we opened slight little tiny pullback of 10 pips, 15 pips, and continue to move up. Our volume is above the yellow line. Again, yesterday, we came down red, and we stopped basically right near this yellow line, and it went back up. But today we came down, 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 and we broke this and continued to push down. So any pullbacks, green, I want to, maybe 2018 might be physical resistance going forward if this block cannot hold the buyers. Okay, and we continue to push down, and we took out Tuesday's low. This is our weekly low, Tuesday. We took it out and continued to push all the way down to what is our low of the day today? 1995, around there. I'm going to say 1994, 1995, okay, give or take, right there. That's our low of the day. So I put a purple line, and let's just write for everybody. I normally don't write this, okay, but now I am, so everyone understands. That's the low of the day. And then soon when you guys get used to this, you guys don't have to write this stuff, okay? And then this, again, that yellow line, I'm going to write that this is a critical daily resistance area. Why resistance? Because the volume is now below this level. If we ever come back up here, maybe this is going to be an area to sell the market, okay? We're not there yet, but maybe it might come back up to there, and then that's our resistance, then it goes back down. Okay, we will judge it when it gets there on any time frame, whether you're trading daily, 4 hour, hourly, 30 minute, 15 minute, 5 minute, 1 minute. Guys, we are continuing to push. Okay, so you see how the VWAP now, see how the depth of market built its way, and it's continuing to drive. What happened to that big offer right there of the 41 offers? Now it's 25 bids in its place. So it's kind of flipped the book in that particular position in the book right there. Okay. And as we hit the low of the day, now it's coming back up. We can see it right now. It is coming back up. But where will it come back up to? Maybe are we gonna right now we're at 2000. Are we gonna come back up and settle here at 2008 in here? Maybe we come back and we trade in here, and we'll see what happens up here. But you see this wick right there of Tuesday's low? I'm going to place a yellow line there at Tuesday's low. This candle right here, 2010. Okay, and what I'm going to do is, if this is my critical daily resistance level above it, this is also a critical daily resistance level, but this might be resistance number 1. This one might be resistance number 2, R1, R2. And then what I'm doing is, if I'm scalping, I can trade in between these yellow lines. From here, 2010 to come to 2020, $10 move on gold, that's a 100 pip move. And then, again, let's just write in here, critical. Again, someone says, Ron, why are you using this word critical? If you don't like the word critical, don't use it. It doesn't matter. Remember yesterday we said you can use Mickey Mouse zone. Whatever you want to call it, I don't care. But to me, when I personally trade, this is a critical level for me when I'm scalping, because this is where a particular daily candle came and physically made a low or closed or opened. This to me is, if for a reason, it came down there and it stopped or it closed there for a reason. I didn't close it. I didn't drive it down there. The market makers did. So to me, I respect the higher time frames, especially the criticals. So this is critical daily point of interest. Perfect, Joel. I love it. Some of you guys understand the POI, point of interest. Yeah, use that, point of interest, whatever you guys want to call it. Okay. Next time, Joel, I'll do this as POI. Okay. Maybe more of you guys understand that. Okay. So critical daily resistance level, and then I just go by the lines. Okay. I don't always have to write 1, 2. I judge when the volume is coming up there. Common sense. If it comes up here, this is the first level it will test. If it comes to the next one, that's the next level it will test. If it comes up to my purple line, that is an important day. That's my high of the day of NFP today. And so it just, guys, a little bit of common sense. You know, whatever you want to call it, you guys call it. Okay. And are we still below these levels? Yes, we are. Okay, so what about another critical level? Because I want to trade this afternoon. If I want to trade the next hour, power hour, if the selling pressure continues to push down, yes, we can come back down to the low of the day, but look over here, just over here. Just on this date, Tuesday, November 21, we came up and we closed right there. The next day, we opened side by side right there. This day, it came right up to that physical area and they pushed it back down. So one more line I'm just going to place right here. And I got 3 touches. I got a body, and a wick. And then this physical green candle closed 50% above there and started the big move. Okay, so see here, I have another level now. This yellow line is 1998.50. That is a critical level over here. It's still holding 50% of this big bullish candle. It got rejected right there and body to body, open and closed right there. So I'm going to write this. Now the volume is above. Okay, we're at 2000. 1998 is 20 pips above. I'm going to write this as settings, critical, because I might be scalping this. Critical daily support level now. I want to see this afternoon. Can they hold it above this level? Okay, and then if they do, then maybe this depth of market is going to continue to populate and we might continue to push back up and we might maybe physically make our way back up to 2006, 7, 8 up here and we see what happens. If the sellers push it right back down to this level and then they push it below this yellow line, we have a high probability that we might come down to the low of the day, 1994.95, and continue pushing down. If we break our low of the day, where could we drop down to? Yes, we could drop all the way down to 1950, but I don't think that's logically going to happen. So what is our next point of interest or pivot? I love that word. Thank you, Joel. What is our next point of interest? Right here. I'm looking. This is me. Maybe you guys have a different point of interest, but this is my point of interest. Right here. 1989, 1990. It's a nice physical number, 1990, psychological number. Look at it here. It's this green candle that came up, 50% of it, half right there, half. And I can see when it came down, the red volume closed right there. The next day it opened, ignited right there. So yes, if we lose 1995 and it continues to push down, our next point of interest or next critical level of support is 1990. Just do your math. 1995 to 1990, $5 move, 50 pip move. That's a perfect scalp zone. Okay, right there. Let's just write it one more time. Let's just maybe change it. Let's put, how about we put now daily POI. Daily POI level. Okay, you see how I switched it up? You guys pick whatever way you want to understand this. Okay, and that's it. And when it comes down to that daily POI, I have nothing charted down here. My next zone I would chart is probably right there, 1977, 78. I could go a little higher. The more touches I get, I like this area, 1980 better. Why? Because more touches. Just look to the left of the chart. There the volume was below, below, below. Here it was above, above. Here it was below, below. And then I like that number, 1981, 1980, okay, my next POI. So I could continue to do this and just leave my charts for the rest of the year and I just follow gold in between here and I scalp these, okay? But some of you guys want swing trading. So if we can continue to close below here and maybe next week we pull back up and it holds this area that we might push back down to these levels. Maybe we get down to 1950 and that's the big buy block that could see big buyers step in the market, okay? Maybe we don't even come down here. Maybe gold builds higher lows in this area and continues to come back up, okay? So daily is very, very bearish today. NFP bringing it down. Let's go to the hourly. Let's see the critical times when we moved. Okay, so you see how shitty it was trading? Always, guys, keep this for next NFPs. The day before NFP, the Thursdays, normally gold just really trades sideways. It consolidates until we release the news. Okay, and right here it is. 7 a.m. we closed below here. Our news candle 8 came back up green, 50% broke. As soon as it broke those wicks, look at the wicks and the bodies, guys. Okay, this is where I use a different color of a line right here. Okay, just look at those bodies. Can we agree right there? There was a red body, green body, red body, green body. I understand there was an impulse break, but where was the majority of the volume? Are we above there? And so I'm not going to use a yellow line. For hourly, for myself, when I'm trading, I use a white line for hourly. I see there it held. Yes, there was an impulse break. It came down, but it went right back up and closed. And then you see over here, like all night, London, I put emphasis on London. London, 3 a.m. came down, back up. 4 a.m. came down to the white line, back up. We didn't really break it until the physical NFP came and broke it, pushed down, came down, went back up. Did it come up to 50% here? Like normally this is what I do. I always go 50%. Did we come up? No. So what they're doing is they're lowering the offers. Short wick, continue to push down, fill the wick, drop further, come down, come back up. Our hour right here, 10 a.m., came up into. Now, if it's not, guys, this is why sometimes you got to use a little bit of common sense. Sometimes I'm always looking at 50%, but you have data. You got a wick and a wick. Place a line at those wicks right here. Just look at the previous low right there. That was the previous low at 8 a.m. and it went back up. Then we got the red body candle that pushed down. Look at the retest. It came up green, 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 right up to the previous high. That's what I mean. That's a critical hourly level. I might write that and someone's going to say, Ron, you're crazy. Why are you writing that? Because to me, that's critical. That was where it physically made the low at 8 a.m. And then when it's coming right back up with buyers, look at where it kind of got rejected. Right exactly at that area, 2014-15. And they pushed it down. Didn't have enough momentum to take out the low, so it stopped right there. And then it closed with a little bit of green volume. That's a pin bar candle left with a little bit of bullish volume. Not really anybody in control, but more to the sellers because they really pushed it down. Next candle opened again green. Rejected, pushed down, took out the low and closed below the low, near the low. So the next candle, again, I always assume it's going to open green. It just opened green for a second, then went down. Did it come in touch 50% here? No. And then the wick was short, so it continued to drop down. Okay, so you can follow hourly now. Now look at our RSI. It's completely oversold on the hourly. We came down to 15 RSI. Now it's still only at 22, still oversold. But we have a green candle printing. Okay, so this could be maybe just a counter trade. It could be just a pullback. It could just, we got to now figure out where the neckline is. Right now, it came down and it could be coming right back up. It could come back down. We got to look for a physical double bottom. We got to look for maybe a higher low, anything to support conviction that the buyers can really bring this up, because today is absolute sellers are in control. So for us to just go buy side, it could just come up for a little bit and then find big resistance again, find some big offers and come right back down. So you have to be careful when you're countering a move of the market that's already established. Okay, so let's just walk through now. When did it make its low of the day? Today at 12 p.m. Came down and went right back up. Look at our next hour when we started the call. It opened red. Did it come down to the low of the day? No. It made a higher low right here at 1996. So right here, again, we've got a critical hourly support level being made at 1997, like if I was to draw a white line right there. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw a green box right here to show us that so far this is a liquidity pool. Okay, this is a pool of liquidity where the market came into here and went right back up. The market came into here, but it's a higher low going back up. So now I'm getting ready for maybe a physical double bottom, so I stretch it across. Okay, maybe we're not going to get it this afternoon, but for maybe Sunday or Monday, we gotta get our charts ready. Okay, we gotta get ready. So I'm not looking. I'll only look to see in this green box if buyers step in here and hold this green box. It's like a liquidity pool, like a swimming pool. I let it come in here, and I'm not going to look to sell in here. I'm placing more emphasis that buyers will be in here, unless the market proves me otherwise. If the sellers can cut right through here and then close it, and then for a new daily low below the purple line, they close it below there, then what I do is I flip that liquidity pool red. And maybe it's going to turn into offers, and offers will start to populate in there. The buyers might bring it right back in there, but then now the market is full of offers, full of supply. And then maybe they push it down with a lower high. Then we're going to come down to this daily POI, 1990, and maybe our next daily POI down there. Okay, so right now I'm placing emphasis that buyers will hold this area, but it's just the first bounce. We might have to come in a couple times in here. It might also have to consolidate like around this area where it might have to build now again some momentum for the buyers to bring it right back up. So maybe we can trap this area, but I trap it more on the lower time frame. So we have a nice big green bullish candle. Crypt, you got it? Okay, point of interest. Good. Okay, I'll use different words so make sure everybody understands it. Now, hourly resistance, okay? Remember, we're going to trade for the next couple hours. Where would be my next hourly resistance of interest? I'm going to look at the body to body and where that wick is. The market came all the way down there and stopped right there at 2002.50, right there. White line. It came down and it stopped right there and went right back up. This body actually physically closed below the white line, and there's the retest of the white line, and then they pushed it down. So 2002.75. I love that number. Quarter increments. 25, 50, 75, $1. $1.25, $1.50, $1.75, $2, $2.25, $2.50. It's like an auction, guys. You know, if you watch Storage Wars, those guys that talk really fast, like they're saying 75, 75, 75, one, like that's what's going on here, guys. This is an auction of gold. We got to find those physical areas where a lot of transactions happen. Those nice numbers. Okay, so we are coming up. If I'm an hourly trader, what I would do is maybe trap this entire box here and just wait. Put alerts here or there. Wait to see next week if the buyers can maybe physically close it above here, use this as support, then maybe cut through here and come up. If I'm looking to sell gold on the hourly, maybe I wait to see what happens below here, and maybe it does there. It might just trade for 1 or 2 days just inside this box, just trade sideways in here, and then we just keep it trapped in there. That's if you're an hourly trader. I'm not an hourly trader. I like to scalp the markets on the 1 and 5 minutes. So that's for hourly traders. Just putting it out there. Okay? And then you be patient and disciplined and wait for the next move. You and we're going to move down to the lower time frames. Okay? So I'm going to call this white line hourly resistance right now. Okay? We're nowhere near like those daily ones above us. So this is the one we got to place a little bit of emphasis on. Hourly resistance. Okay, right there. I know my critical daily is up there. The big red box is up there. But maybe they're lowering the offers down to here. Okay, so what we're going to do now is go to the 5 minutes. Here we are. Look at today. Okay, today was sell day. You know, it started at 8:30. There's the news. Came out, fantastic job report. US dollar strong, gold drop, pull back, and then lower high, continue to push it back down. Pull back into our hourly white line, go back down. Okay, then it kind of trap it, guys. Like this is a perfect trapping gap. You know when I tell you when it's trading like shit, when it's like this, trap it right there. You know how I showed you to trap the hourly? You can trap the 5 minutes. There it came down red, green, red, green, red, green, red, red push down and close below perfectly. And look at the time, 12 o'clock, a new hourly candle. So it consolidated for the entire hour from 11 to 12, and then 12 came in, closed below. There's your retest confirmation candle and drop. And then you can get yourself some nice pips in there. That's a big move, guys. Just that 5 minute candle at noon, guys, that's a fat candle. Okay, that's a 40 pip candle. The next one, if you continue to drop it, 65 pips. That could be your daily goal, and you're out of the market right there, just with a 10-minute trade by just doing your charting and analyzing the markets. Now, let's watch what happened on these 5 minutes. We came down to here, and we kind of look at it, came back up and pulled down into our green liquidity pool. Okay, do we have maybe a little point of interest? See this big candle and then it held right there? I would have like you can do a green box within a green box. Okay, it's just to show you that 5 minutes are building a little bit of support there. Okay, see what I just did there? Remember, the bigger green boxes are hourly, but if I see the shorter time frames are building support in here, see how it came up, could not break this level. So I always use these red green boxes. I do it for visual here to show. It got rejected there, got rejected there. Now look, okay, so it came red. Let me just do this. Okay, sorry guys. I know I take a while to explain things, but it's gonna make some sense over time. Okay, it will make a lot of sense. It came up to here, then came back down. Did we break this little green box to come back down here? No. So the depth of market was building, but now it came up to here. We found now where they started to push it back down, coming right back down to this critical area, the VWAP. Okay, it's kind of like a magnet where things want to transact in here. Okay, so it's coming right back down. Our VWAP could be now our critical daily support level, our yellow line. So you see this box? Okay, the green candles came right back up. Did a green candle close above this red box? Yes, it did. So what I do is I flip this red box to green. And I could have physically bought any one of these candles right here. It closed above, buy that, my stop loss down here, and it would have been a nice move for, again, measure your moves. Measure into 50% of this big red candle. Sorry guys, I didn't do this soon enough, but you guys know what I do here. That's 20 pip move. You could have been pipped and dipped right out of the market. I always physically look at a bar that's unusually large, full of volume. See this one right here at 12 o'clock, 12 p.m. Eastern? It opened and it closed down there. This is an unusually large bar. So I physically look at half of it. You guys know what I do. I place a red line at half. I just sometimes just guess where's half. To me, that's looking at half. Right there, open, close, halfway. Okay? And what I do at halfway point is I draw my red box. So if I'm not entirely 100% correct on where I placed it halfway, I go a little bit above and a little bit below to give me that little difference. Okay, so I can't exactly place it where I want to. And then what I do is I bring it into the future so that I'm ready for the next time it comes there, and I'm preparing myself for the move. So you see how exactly it just traded from this zone, from the yellow line to 50% of that candle, and we measure it's 20 pips. You could have got your just that as a scalp right there. Get your money, get out of the markets. And did we close above this area now? Look at it. It's 2,085 up there. We haven't closed above. That could be our next buy move up there. But right now, this big red candle came in and pushing down, back down to our critical daily support level. So what I do with this green box is bring it across. Okay, bring it across. And we're going to now, we can physically, if we want, we can scalp this zone now, this afternoon here. Or what you can do is you can trap the volume inside here and again, just patiently wait. Gold will continue to accumulate, and if it continues respecting the depth of market and we hold above the VWAP and we start to see the depth of market building again, maybe we can go buy side. If it breaks above here, closes above, we change our red box green and it holds, then maybe we're going to come up to our hourly resistance. Again, if that's a trade I'm looking to tape, here's my tape measure. I'm measuring from here up to there. 20 pips, let's say, okay? 19 to 20 pips right up there. That's the zone. If it continues to push, look at what I'm looking at. Critical 5-minute levels right over here where there's critical 5-minute levels. Okay, right here. This is maybe a critical zone right there. What am I looking at? I'm looking at those bodies. Body, all of this garbage in there. Then that red candle closed below that red line. It retested that red line and pushed down. It came back up right by that red line. There's my next 5-minute zone to scalp. And then I just place a red box kind of like right there just to give me a heads up. If it comes in there, Ron, you got to make a decision. If you're in profit, you got to either scale out or do something. Okay, now I'm going zone to zone. That's your next zone. What happens if it breaks down? What if that's it? The buyers just brought it up to there, and now we close it below here. We retest this, and we start dropping. Again, there's my green box that started this 5-minute structure. Bring it across, because in the future, we might come down there and play in there. But from here, if I sell from here down to there, measure it. See if it's good enough pancakes for you to eat in there. There's 10 pips. Maybe we take it down to the green box. Again, 20 pips. So you see what I'm doing, guys? I'm just measuring my moves. And then there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Where should it go? How do I take profit? How much should I risk? You're just trading in the zones, okay? And sometimes, yes, you'll hit it. Sometimes you won't. But this teaches you discipline. You know, and once you get the hang of this, this is all you need. This is all you need, basically, to scalp the markets. I can go now, I can reduce it down to the 3-minute candles. I can trade 3-minute candles if I want inside here. I can trade 1-minute candles if I want. Here, like 1-minute candles. You see how the volume, how it trades in between these levels. The choice is yours, what you want to trade. Okay, so let's just continue to move this. Now, what I also do to help complement my chart is put some technical indicators or tools on your chart that you are comfortable using and you're familiar with. Okay, so number one, a trend line. Some of you guys use trend lines, some of you guys don't use trend lines. Okay, so if we're to draw a trend line from the low of the day coming up there, Okay, it's ascending. We can see it coming up. If we continue with this trend line coming all the way up, we're gonna see if it ever comes back down to our green box, and we're still above our trend line. So to sell the market, I need to physically see the sellers break below the green box and break our trend line. Continue to come back up now. Maybe now I'm looking for a physical double top. Maybe I'm looking for something. If it comes up one top, it came back down. Now it's coming back up. Maybe it gets rejected a second time, and that's that M I was talking about. Remember at the start of the call, that M, that alphabet lower, that big M that was smiling? There's the M pattern. All we need on the M is to complete, close below the neckline, and then push down, just like that US30 signal sell we had. Okay, something like that. If that doesn't happen, then there's no sell. Then I see that the buyers are still strong. Then we might break out. This could be like a bullish flag pattern, and it could continue to push and break out of here, and then use this as support. Then we're trading up to here. Okay, and sometimes we get faked out. Sometimes the market will make an impulse, come up here, but if you physically wait for that body to close, maybe it gets a big wick and then gets rejected, and then again it shorts down there. You could physically now sell this area. Okay, but you got to watch what happens up here. Are they coming to grab liquidity? Is it a hunt? Is it a stop loss raid? Is it a fake out? These are things that we all have to watch for. Okay, and then what I like to do is maybe add the 9 EMA. So now we've never really closed above the 9 EMA today. Just a little bit over here at 10 o'clock. And then the entire time we've been below it. We've touched it quite a bit, but continuing below it. Now we actually closed above it here at 1 o'clock, and we're continuing to hold the 9 EMA currently in the market. Okay, so on the 5 minutes, it's looking strong. It's looking like the buyers are right now controlling it so far, but the overall, we still got to respect the sellers all day today, are pushing it down. This could be a counter trade that maybe makes it a little bit higher. Okay, so I also add the 200. The 200, we probably don't even, it's off the chart. The 200 is all the way up here at 2017 because the news really diverged away from the 200. Okay, and then also some of you guys are familiar with the RSI indicator. Maybe if you want to look at that. I don't really use this thing, but I like to look at it. We're right around the 50. Okay, the psychological 50, give or take a little bit higher, a little bit below. So what I do is I draw like a neutral box right there. Okay, if we're trading in here. This is where it likes to consolidate, near the 50. So this is our strength zone. When we're above 50 and we're going to 70 or higher, the buyers are in control, the strength is strong. When we're 50 or below, going down to 30, the sellers are in control, the strength is bearish. And we're right at the 50. So that's where we'll get maybe a little bit of consolidation, and that's in my consolidation box in here. Okay, you can feel free to scalp in this zone if you like it. Okay, but again, I measure the consolidated box from the top to the bottom. It's roughly 14, 15 pips. Maybe not the greatest, okay, to scalp in here, because you always have to factor in your expenses in trading. You got to factor in your spreads. You might have a 1 to 2 pip spread. Take that away from 15, that's 13. You might get slipped up 1 pip when you buy. You might get slipped up 1 pip when you sell. Factor in 2 pips. So you're down to 10, 11 net pips. If that's enough for you to scalp, then you can scalp this zone. I wouldn't recommend that until you get more and more experience, but I would really see what happens more up here or see what happens down here. See what's going on now. We've found our physical live futures resistance right here, and it came back up. They lowered the offers and they're pushing it right back down. Again, I put emphasis on this area of Bookmap, like near the VWAP. I always put emphasis right over here, okay? And to see how the market will react at this level, okay? And I can see that there's a big block of bids right there at 2014.4, 73 bids. And you can see the heat. I'm going to leave it right there so we can see the heat, okay? So this is where, again, it might just consolidate in here, okay? Did you guys understand that top-down analysis? Did it help clarify? Did it help you guys? Let me know. I like feedback, guys. It helps me here when I'm doing this. Are you guys understanding what we're doing here? I'll give you guys the live chart. Sorry, guys, 1 second. Next charting, do you guys want NASDAQ or US30? What would you guys like? Okay, and Zoom chat, there's a trading view link I just posted at 2:06 p.m. If you guys want it, that's our gold. You can use this, guys. Use that live chart going into the weekend. Review your levels. Use it Sunday night. Maybe we'll fill a little bit of these gaps in here and maybe make some pips. Okay, guys, and everyone on YouTube, thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys. Almost 200 viewers. Can you guys hit the like button? Just take 2 seconds out of your time to hit the like button if you guys like that analysis, if it helped you guys. We went through everything. We talked about NFP numbers. We broke down the individual folders so that you guys understand those, so you guys can better your trading and understand the fundamentals and the economic side of trading. We brought it into looking at the physical zones, the top-down analysis. Guys, I hope it helps, okay? I hope you guys are doing better. Just a little thing. If you learned one little thing today that helped you, that's all I want out of this. A little improvement helps, guys. Awesome, Zane. So that was good review of NFP. You'll be reviewing the video. Awesome. Thank you, man. That's what I want to hear. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Okay, so what we can do is we'll put gold. We'll put it right over here to the left on our side-by-side split screen. We'll put gold right over here. Okay, so still building. We are still above this current VWAP. Okay, so we can stretch it across. And what I do is when I stretch it across, I take a look at what's going on in the depth of market in this area. Okay, so if it continues to hold, maybe it will continue to build, and then we just got to pull some of these offers out of the market. Maybe we'll continue to break through this big resistance here. It's tried multiple times, 4 times. Like, look at it, 4 equal highs. Came up there, got rejected. Came up, got rejected. Came up, got rejected. Came up 4 times here, exactly at 2000.85. So we got to see, but right now it's coming up. It came up now and got rejected right there, lower high. It came up just again right there and got rejected. So we'll see if we can physically maybe create a new higher high. And when you create a new higher high, it kind of changes the algorithm of the depth of market. Then maybe more bids will populate in the market. Maybe more offers will get pulled out of the market. You know, it could also bring more offers in the market when you break a new high, because then it could be getting ready to maybe take out a high, and then big supplier comes in the market to absorb all of that and push it down. So that's why we got to watch carefully every single close of the candle, not just impulse moves. I know we get excited with impulse moves, but let's all be honest. Sometimes impulse moves kill us. Okay, we all take an impulse move and then they fake us out, and then we get stopped out, or we're holding at a loss. So my advice, if you're getting caught on a lot of impulse moves, is just tell yourself every single day before you start trading, I'm not going to trade on impulse. I'm going to wait for a physical body to close. Now, this has to do with your time frame. Remember, I trade more 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute candles. So I might have to physically wait for this 5 minute candle to close to see the next one, so that I don't kind of get faked out of the market. If you're a 15-minute trader, you might have to wait for a full 15-minute candle to close. I know some of you guys are impatient and 15 minutes might be too long. Some of you guys trading those 1 hour candles, okay? Remember, you got to treat these as if they all have the same characteristics. You might have to physically wait 60 minutes for candles to close, but you're looking for a bigger move than me. I'm just scalping the markets. Okay, so remember, my moves are smaller. My moves are 10, 20, anything above 20 pips is a bonus for me. But if I was trading hourly candles and I was physically waiting 3, 4, 5 hours with alerts to see, I'm not looking for a 20 pip move on an hourly trade. I'm looking for the next hourly zone, which might be 50, 75, 100 pips. And then I might have to just reduce my risk a little bit, open up my stop loss a little more, give it more room to breathe, because now I'm trading higher time frame and a bigger moves. But that's all trading, guys. You just have to pick physically what is the best time frame for you that works with your schedule in your life. I know a lot of you guys are busy, you guys are working, you guys are parents, you guys are students. We know, we relate, we understand that. So you got to pick what's best for you. Okay, scalping, I'm going to be honest, is not for everybody. It doesn't work for everybody. It's a different mindset. You got to make snappy decisions as a scalper. You might be in trades for just a couple minutes. You got to learn how to accept that, whether you're in profit or you're at a loss. You got to learn how to take losses and take them quickly and move on. Okay, that's scalping. But if you want to learn that, it's just you got to learn that mindset. Okay, did you guys choose between US30 or gold, or I can go through both of them? I don't care. I can go a little bit faster than I did gold. We wanted to put more emphasis on gold today, give gold its flowers today. It's NFP. But you see, guys, we just came down red again, holding the 90 EMA above 50% of that body, and now it's coming right back up. Rav, US30. San Hadid, thank you, bro. I appreciate you too. Do you guys want me to do both really quickly to get us prepared maybe for next week? Do you guys want me to do US30 and NASDAQ? We can do that. Let's do that. Let's make everybody happy. It's Friday. Juma Mubarak. Let's make everybody happy. Okay, so I'm going to go 3 charts here. We got gold. I'll go a little bit faster, guys. Do you guys want me to, okay, you know how I do the color code system? Do you guys want me to put these names? Do you guys like that? Is it redundant? Does this help you or does it not? I got to know, guys. For me, it doesn't matter. Like, I do this without these names, but does it help you guys? Okay, it does? Perfect. Okay. Okay, so let's start off with let's do US30 and then we're going to do NASDAQ in here, okay? So, but if you guys are trading gold, you got to understand, I'll be off the gold chart. You guys got to watch it here. It could break, it could make a move, guys. It could get rejected here. It could be a fake out. It could come back down with the double top. Just be careful, okay? I love trading with you guys, but sometimes when I'm doing analysis, I cannot see everything that's going on, okay? And I'm going to move off of the gold Bookmap and we're going to move into YM. So YM, let's now if we're looking for Dow Jones, let's just walk through Dow Jones right now in the book. Okay, so remember, this is the live physical futures market. Let's put it in 15-minute increments here if we can. Okay, here are 15-minute time slices. We have 130. We see it broke support, come down at 145, but come back up quickly. And then see these red bubbles down here? Okay, the sellers want to penetrate down there. The sellers want to push it down there, but the buyers are bidding it up. They're bidding it up. They're asking to trade up here. They don't want to trade down here. So then the sellers get exhausted down here, and then it forces the market to go back up. So we got to pay particular attention to this too. See over here where it dipped down and the red sellers came down here, but the first green bubble was up there. The market came down to 36,236, but the buyers were bidding it up here at 36,244. So you see how the market briefly just came down there and then traded up here and continued to move up. So these are what we got to look for in the markets, are where the trapped liquidity is in the market. Over here too, the market came all the way up here and then the buyers transacted up there, but then look at where the sellers started to bring it down. So those were trapped buyers in the market. So, and then it made its move down. So these are things that we have to look for when we're trading, is who gets trapped. Is it the buyers or the sellers? There's always going to be some party that gets trapped, and we got to figure that out, who it's going to be. Okay, so right now this is US30. It's currently cumulative volume delta is positive over 1,000. So that's telling me right now that the buyers are building the depth of market. But let's do a top-down analysis to see how US30 is trading overall. Okay, so US30. I could just jump in and just start trading this right now. But that's, if I didn't know how today or yesterday or this entire week or last week was trading, I have no idea who is basically in control of the market on the higher time frames. All I can watch is just like today's volume and see who's generally in control. But you don't got to spend a lot of time like how I do on this top down. I'm trying to educate how to do this, but sometimes it just, I can do it. If I wasn't with you guys, I could do a top down in 3 minutes. Just go to the daily, pick out a couple levels, go to the hourly, and go right into the 5 minutes. I do this every single day, so I know how overall it's moving on the monthly, so I don't need to review down here when I'm doing it myself. For you guys, I do this. But let's just walk through this, a nice thorough one again on US30. I love US30. Over here, there was a bottom in the market. We can see right here. I can see over here too how it kind of bottomed out there. There was the liquidity grab. So I can use physical zones now to see what they did down here. And that is green. The market, the volume is all the way up there. We're nowhere near this. Okay. And then guys, learn what are physical engineered moves. Like when you learn these physical engineered moves by the market, you're going to start to scratch your head and ask questions. When you're doing that, you know you are doing something good. Look how they dropped the market down. This big red candle on Friday, October 27. Okay, this is when things started, tension started all over the world, and then they gapped it up and closed it above there. So to me, that's a clear liquidity grab. They came down there, they hit all the pending orders, they cleaned the market down there, they got the money, and then it's just a double bottom. It's your standard double bottom. There was your first bottom, there's our neckline, came down, there's our standard double bottom with plus liquidity grab. Then we consolidate, and then they push it back up. Consolidate, push it back up. Look at what we're doing. We're consolidating. Maybe it's going to be a bullish flag, and next week we're going to continue driving almost to all-time highs. Okay, we know if you trade US30, you should know what the all-time highs are. Okay, so just really quickly, I'm not going to write what these zones are, but the green box illustrates that that is demand. Over here, this used to be look for pivots or point of interest, POIs. Okay, right there. That was a pivot. That was a point of interest. Where the market came down, it stopped right there. It stopped, and it went right back up. So if you bring this box point of interest across, right there now with the volume below, you make it red. Just like we do on the 5 minutes, 1 minute, hour, 4 hours, dailies, weeklies, whatever you do. Just make this thing follow the volume. The volume is variable. It's the only thing moving. These zones are static. Okay, and bring it across. Don't say if you don't bring it across, then you're not gonna be ready for the move. Bring the box across. Okay, then there's no ifs, ands, or buts or questions at a later time. Look at what I'm doing. I'm bringing it across. How far am I bringing it? I'm bringing it into February. What month are we in? We're December. We're nowhere near February. Okay, bring it into February. My birthday is February 2nd. Bring it into February 2nd. Bring it into Valentine's Day. Who cares? Just bring it across. Now what you do is with the volume above, flip it green to show that it is demand or support. Remember these levels. This is resting. We're nowhere near this level, so eliminate this one. This is the next one. We're nowhere near this one, but at some point, US30 could trade down here. Okay, next one. What's our next point of interest? Look at the next pullback. We came down red to the green box. We bounced, and then we came up here. We got rejected at this zone. There's a double top, M. It came up, rejected, came up again a second time, rejected, broke. There's the sell. Okay, bring this box across, and look at now. We have a physical green candle that closed above, inside bar consolidation, and continue driving. The volume is above. Turn this green. Very simple, guys. Hurst, welcome. I love your top downs. Even if I already have the levels, I always clear them. Thank you. Hurst, I read your comment the other day. Sorry, I was too busy, but I read your comment. I just want to, everybody, guys, I just want to pause. I know I don't, but Hurst's 3-year-old son had heart surgery. If we can just give like some support to Hurst, and Hurst, I'm a father. That would break me as a father. I know my daughter has been sick. She's been in ICU. I know how it is. But guys, if we can just give a little bit of prayer, some support to Hurst. 3-year-old son had heart surgery. Man, brother, you're strong. Okay, so I know as a parent, holy shit, that's tough, guys. But hopefully your little soldier is good and gets better, guys. But Hurst, I'm sorry, I read that. I read, guys, after every single stream, I read everyone's comments on Zoom and YouTube. I look to see if there's anything that I missed that I can use on my next stream with you guys. But Hurst, I read that, and I'm sorry I didn't get to you that day because that's when we're kind of wrapping up the call. But prayers to you, man, and to your little man. What's his name? Let's all give him a shout out. Okay, guys, so you see what I just did over here? Okay, so originally red, this was July and August, red, but now we got this big bullish candle on US30 move its way above here. Okay, so this was November, month end. Always use your higher time frames, guys. Focus on your monthlies, your weeklies, your dailies. They higher time frame, higher importance. Okay, and look at now these are all your point of interest. Okay, POI1, POI2, POI3, POI4. This could be support 1, S1, S2, S3, S4. This could be if you use pivot points. Pivot 1, pivot 2, pivot 3, pivot 4. Whatever you guys want. Do you guys understand what I mean? Whatever you guys call these boxes, just whatever you guys call it, be familiar with what you call these things. Okay, so let's continue moving with what we got so far this week, what we can see. Okay, so we do have weekly resistance and monthly resistance right now this week. This was December 1, that big pump, the first day of December, and we can see, like I can see this week, we've been rejected here. So what I'm doing is I'm getting ready now, putting my red box here. Okay, it shows us this week how we, right here, here was Monday, opened, ignited, came down, back up, closed as a hanging man. Tuesday, red, we broke that low, came back, closed with red volume. Midweek hump day Wednesday, they brought the market, they kind of faked out the market, they brought it up green, 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 right into that red box again, and then they rejected it and pushed it down and closed it right there. Yesterday we came down, broke our weekly low, and then it came back up and it closed as an inside bar. That was that consolidation the day before NFP. Now here's our NFP candle. Okay, so let's follow the volume today. We did gold. Let's follow what Dow Jones did today. So we they gapped up the open. Okay, and okay, so critical. Remember I always say a critical, 36,102, 36,100. I'm going to place a yellow line right here. Yellow. I haven't even got to my high and low of the day. I'm just following exactly how it closed and how it opened today. Okay, so we can see we closed right there, we opened there today, 36,100. Psychological level, again, let's go to settings, and I'm just going to write, this is a critical daily level or open. How about I also put level and today's opening price? Okay, so just a little bit more, opening price. So this is where our day opened. This is where the day started. And let's follow exactly what happened when we opened there. So when we opened, it was initially the sellers were in control. It was red, 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 and that is our daily low, 35,965. So I draw a purple line at the low wick. And let's put it purple. And go down here, settings, low of the day. Okay, and then we can judge how it's moving this week. Low of the day. Okay, so you see the low of the day, we're still holding above, like this ignited bar here is still holding volume. So I know we're not at this POI or this support level yet, but look at this week. We are still holding this body right there. That body, like if I put particular attention to that body, that is a critical body. Look how it opened. It didn't even come down to 50% or down to here. And this entire week, we're still holding that body. So I'm bringing that across. Bring it into the future. Because when that body breaks, look how easy the market can just sell down to here. Okay, if you're looking for like a little swing position, like look at this imbalance. There's no traffic. It's just one big green candle. That could easily sell down, right down to there. That's about 200 pips, guys. Just that little tiny zone right there. If we're looking for, what I would do is, I would go down to maybe 4 hour or hourly, look for some hourly volume close below here, and then just push right down to there. And maybe collect that 200 pip imbalance right there, just to fill that candle, okay? And then when it comes down to the green box, you're coming down to 50%, maybe down there where it might come back up. If it breaks and drops, then the bigger move. But that's where I'm using one point of interest where I want to scalp, maybe next week. Okay, but we came down there today and it's going back up. So we are in a weekly flag pattern. Okay, look at it. Okay, there's no denying this. If we are to trap all of weekly volume this week, and we trap it, we have this is the pull, like this is the rally, and then now it's flagging. It has a high probability that it can continue to break out of here. Okay, it can continue to break out, but it could also get rejected up here too. That's why we got to be careful on these breakouts, or if it's going to be like a double top where it came up here a couple times, coming back up again, and then it might get rejected and pushed back down. But there could also be that we have to be careful with those impulse breaks. It could break out impulsively, catch a big offer, and then come back down. So you got to watch for, if you're a daily trader, if we get daily volume closing above here, you got to wait. Unfortunately, like for a daily candle to break out impulsively and maybe close with volume above. Okay, so it's consolidating inside here right now. Okay, so and then we came back up. We hit our low of the day. We came back to where we opened, and when we came up there, it continued to push, and we pushed above the fresh yesterday's high. Okay, so that's another particular point of interest for myself right there. And it's currently 50% of the volume in the candle today. Right there we opened. Here's the volume. That's about halfway, 50. And that was a point of interest of yesterday's high. So again, I place a yellow line there. And the volume is still above this yellow line. So that is another level of support if we come down on the higher time frame. Okay, so that is a... okay, again, someone's going to say, oh, Ron, but you're using that word critical. Okay, so again, we spoke about this at the beginning of the call. If this is not a critical area for you, don't put critical. Write POI, point of interest, write yesterday's high, whatever you want to write. I write critical level. Whoops, not over there. We're not searching level. Critical level of support. Critical daily. Okay, remember we're focusing on daily. Critical daily level support. Okay, and what happened when we got there? We continued to push up to our high of the day. There's our high of the day, 36,265, but it's lower than Wednesday. Okay, so they're lowering this week's offers. Okay, right up there. That's how high we got up to. Again, purple high at the high wick. So I'm just trying to find the range. Purple high, that's our high of the day. And Ellie, you use yellow lines for all day. It's all good. As long as you understand what you're doing, the lines, the colors, it doesn't matter. Okay, just points of interest. Exactly how Joel said, POIs. Just kind of figure out where your POIs are. Okay, so we still have lots of bullish volume today. So maybe this afternoon, the market is not going to sell off. Okay, maybe it's going to continue squeezing like how it's moving up. If we come back up to our high of the day, then if we do have a high of the day breakout, maybe what we're going to target is our weekly high right up here. Exactly, 36,300. So that was Wednesday's high up here. So again, a yellow line. Again, do we have to write up there? Yeah, we can if we want. We can write weekly high up there. Okay, that's a point of interest. This is our weekly high this week, weekly high, and it's a nice whole psychological number, 36,300. Now anything above the yellow line, it's all a black chart up here. I have no idea, so we got to look to the left of the chart. The last time we were above this yellow line was when? Was over here. Okay, so you know, when we're looking now to the left of the chart, I can see we had volume trade above it November of 2021. We had this impulse break November 16 of 2021. We had an impulse break with some volume close above, and the volume held above here. December 28, this was the end of the year, 2021. And you know, I can see now some levels. So there's my weekly high. If we have like an impulse on the daily, probably up to there. Maybe up to, again, figure out a point of interest. I love that word, point of interest. Okay, right there. This is my point of interest. right here. We've got a body. That wick almost got up to that yellow line, but just got rejected. This one, in fact, got right up to that yellow line and rejected. And so that's a point of interest, 36,340. From 300 to 340, that's about a 40 pip zone to scalp. If I'm looking for my next point of interest, again, let's just figure out one area. Some of you guys might be say, Ron, this is a point of interest. There's a wick, body, and a wick. Some of you will say, Ron, well, maybe there's some bodies up there. There's a point of interest. Okay, it's all good. Nobody is right, nobody is wrong. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring it down to where there is a point of interest and a nice whole psychological number. 36,400 sounds good to me. Okay, so now we got some point of interest above us if we continue to break out on the daily. Okay, we got some areas above us, the yellow line. We can scalp into those zones. But we might see also maybe a Friday if the market in power hours sells off a little bit, then we might sell back down to point of interest and hold there and maybe go back up. But nice daily candle. Okay, and now what I do is I move to the hourly. Okay, again, let's see where the hourly moves were. There was a big move right here. This was 8 a.m. NFP. So it was initially red. That's what made our low of the day. It came back up and it closed as a bearish pin bar, bullish pin bar, bearish pin bar, a little bit of a body. And then look at the open. Came down a little bit. And right there at the start of the day, I would draw like an hourly white line there because that's where all the hourly volume held above. Okay, so I would draw my hourly zone, my line right there. And then it continued to push up at 9 a.m. Wall Street and come right back down. Look at the gap up. This is ridiculous. Look at where it closed and how they gapped it up here. Okay, and then they filled the gap a little bit where they pulled it down and made the high of the day. Then we came back down to there. Is any volume closing below here? No. So that's where my hourly, see there, the body to the line right there. That zone, that volume, if you brought it across and made it green, you could have been ready to grab another buy today in here, where it came right into the liquidity pool, it tapped and continued to move up. Now, bring this across in the future. There might be another opportunity where it comes down, and this might be another opportunity for us to enter into a buy. But right now, the hourly is making a move. Okay, it came up, got rejected there, held, coming back up 3 hours now. It's building 3 hours, last 3 hours since 12 o'clock, going into power hour. It's making higher highs and higher lows. We're going to test maybe the high of the day up there. So we'll see if we get an impulse break, if it continues, if maybe they reject it, and maybe it pushes back down, that M. Okay, so right now it's building. Okay, overall, who is in charge of US30 on the higher time frame? Buyers. Look, it's moving up, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and NFP still pushing up. So we sellers haven't done anything except for here at 11 a.m. when they brought it down, but buyers are bringing it right back up. So it's really squeezing up here. Okay, so we got to focus on this red area and the high of the day right now. So I go to the 5 minutes. And what we got to do is see how the 5 minutes are trading. Okay, so here was the move of NFP down and then push back up, retrace back down, hold above 50% of this bar, continue to close above the hourly, push all the way up to the high of the day, come back down. There's an M, beautiful selling position. Okay, so guys, this is now how you can use your grid system trading US30. It filled right up to there, back down, consolidated at the yellow line, come back up there again, 3 bars down, close, that red one closed, there's our M pattern, close below the neckline, next one was ignited, just fill down to there, and then consolidate. That's you could trap that entire area in, and then we closed above it here and continued to push back up. We came back down, higher low, and now we got like a trend line coming back up. But you see how the volume is starting to taper off now. The volume is starting to die off on these candles, but we do have a trend where it is continuing to ascend. You know, when a plane takes off, it's ascending. The plane is flying up, higher lows. Okay, so it's still, but the volume is starting to die off. Okay, so, and we're reaching the high of the day. Okay, so this might be an opportunity to see if it can actually physically break and close maybe where we had 5 minute structure right here. Here was a level of 5-minute structure. It came up. Yeah, there was impulse, but the volume stayed below that red line. We closed above it there. It came up. Now we're coming down where we're going to break the trend line and maybe physically close below this red line, 36,210. So that's a point of interest for me on the 5 minutes. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a green box because I'm still placing emphasis on the buyers holding this zone. So right there where it was red, those wicks, maybe turn it into green. So this is me so that I don't counter trade. This is to show myself if it comes down there, don't sell yet, Ron, until we physically close with red volume below this area so that I can flip that green box red and maybe we can push down to here. Okay, so right now, what I would do with US30 is I would trap it in here to the high of the day, like even just below the high of the day, like right there. Just maybe trap this little zone in here and watch how it develops. Watch how it develops. We're close to going into power hour in the next 25 minutes, and let's see how it develops. There could be a Friday short squeeze and continuing to drive through here and fill higher for a new daily high, come up to our weekly high up there, 36,300, and we see what happens. Or they could maybe this afternoon, maybe sell it down. So this wick, last wick, is a lower high. From here, lower high, and that's where they pinned it at the high of the day right up there. So it's high, high of day, lower high so far, but it came down red right into there and picked up. You can see it right here. It came down, but again, see those three red bubbles? The sellers wanted to sell down into here, but the buyers, they bid it up here. Like, look, it came down to 256 here, but then the transactions were up here at 264. So the buyers are bidding it up. They're asking to trade up here. So if a market maker wants to really sell the market right now, got to come in with big heat up here. They got to come in with big offers to absorb. Right now it's all these buyers who are continuing to push US30 up. So you have to be careful. If we're looking for sells, we're counter trading the overall move right now, okay? So that's why I wait for more solid evidence down here. If the red sellers, the red volume can close below here. Does that make sense, guys? And what I do now is maybe just take a peek at RSI. Okay, RSI is coming close to 70, our overbought zone. Maybe we let it melt up, let it continue, the buyers buy. And then when it hits the high of the day or breaks the high of the day, maybe if we see a big block of sellers come in the market, maybe we sell the market down. Better to maybe sell up here than to just sell down here in demand. Do you guys know what I mean? If I'm not in a trade, I let it melt up to where it needs to go to the higher time frames, because this is the high of the day and the weekly high. There could be a big seller inside here instead of me trying to sell right here. Okay, so that's RSI. If I add some indicators, the 9 EMA, we are currently still above the 9 EMA. We're above that trend line. So again, if you're selling, you're countering the move, and our 200 is all the way down here. So US30 currently still bullish. Okay, I'll give you guys this chart in Zoom. 1 second, and then we'll do Nasdaq as well. Maybe this might help you guys go into the weekend for some homework, for some charting, get ready for Sunday night. Okay, so in Zoom chat, we do have a TradingView link. That is the US30 analysis. Okay, so we'll leave them side by side. Okay, did anyone do anything with gold? Okay, so we closed above there. And then if we're waiting for a retest, it came down, kind of took out the liquidity up there, maybe coming back down. But what we can do is the red box with the volume above, let's flip it green for the time being and see if it can continue to build its way up here. If it kind of pushes below here, maybe could look, if you want to trade down into here, you could maybe physically look to sell gold down in here. But I'm just going to stay off of it for now, right now, until I do the Nasdaq. Then we'll watch all three of them. Okay, so did that US30 help you guys? It's still bullish. Okay, and then you see here the sellers want to sell down into here, but the bids, the buyers, keep bidding it up. keep bidding it up. So that's what represents like the wick on the candle, where it came down red, 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 and then the buyers bid it right back up and closed it near the high. And then the next bar opens, maybe with an ignited bar with that demand and trying to take out the previous high. Okay, so for US30, points of interest, we got to watch here because we got some buyers that are stuck up here now, and points of interest down here. Okay, so we'll do no, Celsius, good points. Okay, guys, everyone's opinion matters. Okay, if you guys got opinions, it's good as long as it's constructive opinions and it helps out. Okay, but if they're just silly nonsense opinions, you know, we respect all opinions. Okay, I learn from you, you learn from me, everybody learns together. Okay, so let's do NASDAQ together. Let's move over to NASDAQ. Okay, so I will go off the book on US30, guys. Continue to watch gold if you're trading gold. Watch US30 inside here if you're watching that. And let's move over to NQ now. Okay, so this is NASDAQ. This is tech. Did you guys see yesterday Google was up really, really nice percentage yesterday, announcing AI with Gemini? Any of you guys see that? Okay, so let's do our... Okay, so NASDAQ pretty much looks very, very similar to US30. Almost very similar. Okay, so let's start off with the daily really quickly. Look at the cumulative volume delta today right now for NQ above 4,000, 4,100. Remember we were talking about yesterday, like how high have we seen this thing? Look at today. Okay, that's very nice cumulative volume delta. Look at our daily candle. Okay, so let's walk through our daily candles today. Okay, so we opened red, it came down. Point of interest. Okay, so you know when we're talking about the point of interest, guys, we've been talking about this on 3 charts now. Is this not a point of interest? You guys tell me. Okay, that was our low of the day, but that's a point of interest. There's a body, like over here, that's where it came up to. To me, that's a point of interest, and that happens to be our low of the day for NASDAQ. So if you were waiting patiently down here as with a bias on a buy, you could have had a really, really nice buy in this area. Okay, so it came down red, 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 right down to that point of interest and got rejected and came back up with buyers. This is another point of interest. This is where we closed yesterday and where we opened today. Look, there's the big, guys, big. Okay, see the heat up there now? So we're driving, guys, but get ready. Okay, so NASDAQ is breaking through, maybe US30 as well. Point of interest time right here. I'm going to go yellow line right here really quickly. See the heat in the up here? 16,115, 132 offers up here. This is a large offer in the book. Okay, so see how quickly they pulled all of those offers, maybe to come into that bigger one that's waiting up there. So it's melting up there. We're at our physical high of the day on NASDAQ. Look at the point of interest, guys. 16,000 exactly. Okay, I just placed the line where we closed yesterday and where we opened. So this is today's, I'll put POI, point of interest. This is today's daily open. So it's clearly support right now, okay? Remember, the volume is above us. If we pull back, that is support, okay? We're holding. And we have a really, really, really bullish body. We broke yesterday's high. So let's get some other critical, maybe point of interest. See, yesterday's high, it's just one. But if I go over here, I see this wick and those 3 wicks, I get more touches. I like more data. The more data I have, the better. So I'll place a line right here that touches that wick on November 20, touches that wick on November 21, touches that wick on November 30. So 3 is better than 1, so I'll place a point of interest right there, 16,063, and I label it. Okay, so this could be POI. See how I'm using different wording now? This could be point of interest as a daily support going forward while I'm scalping the markets. Okay, because the volume is above. If it ever comes back down there, I want to see if it will hold. Maybe I could buy the pullback on a trending bullish day. So we came up. We have a wick on the top of our daily candle. That's our high of the day. Right now, we just traded right at the high of the day. But you see how it got rejected at that big kind of block, that heat up there? So they're pushing the market down. We've got some buyers who are trapped up there right now that were buying the high of the day. So if the market moves away from them, that's trapped liquidity. So that purple line is our high of the day, and conveniently, psychologically, it's at 16,100 exactly. High of the day. Easy to transact at nice psychological levels. Efficiency in the market makes transacting easier. Okay, so if we continue to come, see how now it's coming right back up to test the high of the day. The sellers sold it, but the buyers are bidding it right back up. So if we take out this, there it is, that big red block again, sitting there at 16,115, 131. I'm just going to place a yellow line up there so that we can pay attention to that area and see what happens up there. Okay, so we are back up to the high of the day. Now we've got an impulse break right here on November 22. So how high did it go up to? 16,125. So I just placed, like for reference, a yellow line there, just in case we feel just that little bit of imbalance. Here it comes up. Okay, so see the big transaction. Now it's transacting with that big level right there. So we'll see if it starts, watch 126. We'll see if it starts getting pulled. Yep, see how it got pulled right there? Okay, so it got pulled. See how it transacted? Now it's a big transaction of green buyers who just took out that big offer. Now, if the depth of market continues to populate and it can continue to punch out, maybe it reaches our yellow line of 125, and then our next one would be the next one would be our monthly high up here, right up there. 165, 166. Okay, so it's very, very, very bullish right now. Let's go to the 1 hour quickly. I want to watch this thing develop. Okay, so our 1 hour, we had our NFP. It was red. It picked up the market down here, picked up all the liquidity, came back up, pushed up to here, closed above this point of interest right here, pushed down. We came up exactly like US30, 3 bars, hourly candles coming up right to the high of the day, and we're moving into power hour very, very soon. So very strong on the hourly. Okay, let's go to these 5 minutes quickly and watch this thing. Okay, so this is our 5 minutes. And point of interest right over here, okay, that high of the day. So just looking at this charting, I would see those wicks right there and that wick, make it red, okay? Just by looking to the left of the chart. And what I do is I bring this all the way across, and now we're breaking through here. This candle is going to close in 60 seconds. Let's see if that volume closes above this area and maybe can fill all the way up to 125 up there. Maybe it might be a fake out of the high of the day. We could see something like this where it comes up and gets rejected back down here, maybe below that red box, and then we can sell maybe down here. Okay, but right now it is very bullish. Okay, they took out that big block, and you see how the depth of market now, it's kind of building a little bit where we're at the top of the depth of market. So it's been a complete, buyers are in full control. Look at the cumulative volume delta, 4,500 positive. Now just to find some levels as well, some other critical levels in the market for scalping and things like that. I look over here. Here I got a body. It turned into right here, 183. So if we can continue to hold above maybe this level and any pullbacks, maybe I'm going to continue to buy the market today. If it pulls back into here, okay, if it pulls back into here, maybe I buy. If it closes below here, maybe I sell down to my next point of interest, my daily support. Okay, so there we just physically closed above. So what I do with that red box really, really quickly is flip it green for the time being and see if it can continue to hold and move up. If I'm looking to maybe scalp now a sell below here down to there, I measure the move on NASDAQ, measure it to see if I just want to take that. It's about 10 pips, okay? That's if I'm just going to sell from there to there. If not, I just see what's going to happen now at this high of the day. It's at a very critical time. We're 10 minutes away from power hour. So again, let's look at RSI. RSI is overbought. It's above 70, but there could still be a short squeeze in the market that continues to push up here, especially on a Friday afternoon. I've seen funny things on Fridays, and it could continue to just drive. Okay, look at it. Sellers wanted to sell down there. The buyers bid it up, and they're bringing it right back up here. This is where we're going to start to transact. Okay, so let's add some EMAs. 9, we're above the 9. 200, we're well above the 200. And let's just give this chart to the sniper so I don't forget. This is where you guys don't want to be selling against the market because it's strong buying going on right now. Okay. Okay, so you have now a third chart in the Zoom chat. That's a NASDAQ now. Okay, we've done 3 full top-down analysis. Let's combine them all together now and watch what's going on. Okay, so if you're new to the call, I know it's looking crazy over here, but we've got gold over here. We have US30 in the middle, and we got NASDAQ right over here. Okay, so is anybody in any trades right now? No? If you're going to trade the last hour of the day, especially on a Friday, especially on NFP day, make sure you manage your risk appropriately. Okay, we talked about this at the beginning of the call. If you've had a good day, good week, don't risk it in the last hour, the last 5-10 minutes of the trading day. Be very careful. Only risk what you're willing to lose, and it's not going to destroy you as a trader. For example, if you made $100 today, let's say you traded already, you made $100. Is it a good idea to maybe risk $50, half of it? Is it a good idea to risk the entire $100? No. Maybe only risk $10 of your $100 that you made, so you preserve $90, and then you can go into the weekend. Ayub, how are you, brother? I hope all is good. Welcome, Ayub. I miss you, man. Okay, so see how it's transacting at this big area. That was a big block in the market right there. Okay, so now it's really selling. So they trapped those buyers up here. We're 6-7 minutes away from power hour. So this is where the high of the day, guys. That's the high of the day on US30 and NASDAQ. We are at the official high of the day. So this is where you have to be very careful up here. Okay, let's be careful. Gold pulled back and it's still holding above here. Let's see if gold can come back up and trade above 2001. Maybe gold will continue to move up through here. If gold kind of trades red down here, maybe a sell opportunity there. Is there any specific security you guys want to look at on Bookmap? We've done Dow Jones, NASDAQ, gold. SP 500, Patrick, I don't have time to do that top down right now. I only have like maybe 5 minutes, 6 minutes, because I got to go pick up my son at school. We'll do how about we do SP 500 first thing next week? We'll add that in here too. A nice top down to start the week. Patrick will do that. Sometimes I don't look at the time, guys. I only have about 5-10 more minutes. Shorting NAS, Mikey, from now? Okay. But let's look for a physical bar to maybe engulf this green one and maybe get some closure below here. Also, think about maybe like a double top, Mikey. If it comes down red, comes back up, maybe they push it right back down. But yeah, so we got our buyers trapped at the high of the day. They're up there. They're stuck up there. So now we got to see our depth of market offers coming in and diverging, moving away from the buyers up here. Do I think it's possible to go short on Nasdaq? Everything is possible. Okay, we have someone in our group right now that's initiating maybe a sell position, but still, guys, what I always say is more confirmation the better. More confirmation the better. Similar situation like this. If you see a red candle and you just go in on a sell, then you got to understand it can come right back up. Same with like gold here. How it came down red, it's coming back up. So that's why maybe we got to look for physical 2 times, double tops where it gets rejected 2 times, maybe 3 times. So it just kind of confirms that more offers are absorbing those buyers, and then they can push it down. But okay, so now they're actually really pushing it down. Okay, and then remember the zone we said from here to there. If it comes down red, it might be a nice big red candle. That's 10 pips if you are trading that. Okay, I like to watch US30, my personal preference, over Nasdaq, but that's just my personal preference. Okay, so you see how it's breaking down. The sellers now broke the bids down, bringing it down. Also, maybe US30 could drop. Gold also, okay, red, green, red. Get ready for this area on gold below here. But actually, maybe a physical body closing below. Here's the drop. Here it is. So it might fill down to here, but we need this red body to close below here. Not just come down, because again, it might just come down and then the buyers bid it right back up. And that's what produces the wick on the candle, and then it will come back up. Okay, so number one, what we can see at the high of the day now, it did physically get rejected below there. So I'm just going to get rid of this green box and just go with the red now, because now I see at the above the purple line, that was our high of the day. So they just brought it out there right at power hour. Did they come up there to grab some liquidity up there? What did they do up there? Now we're trading down here. So if it comes back up, let's look for physical 2 tops and then come right back down. Okay, so now we're trading inside here. We measured that move from the purple down to the green box was about 10 pips. Okay, so we know that they broke the high of the day. There they are. That's trapped money up there. So if we watch the depth of market, you see how the offers are coming down? If the buyers ever bid it back up, we're looking for the offers to take out all of these bids and continue to come down. But you have to be very careful, guys. This is still counter trading. You're still going against the overall move of the market. Okay, so it's risky counter trading, guys. I'm telling you. Okay, it's risky to do that. Some scalpers just accept 1 or 2 red candles and then they get out of the market as a counter trade. If not, it could just come down again, like how it's been doing. Come down, go back up. Come down, go back up. Come down, go back up. Come down, could go back up. So that's why you have to have some more confirmation than just selling one or 2 red candles. A little bit more confirmation when you're going against the trend. And power hour, guys, okay, because I'm not going to be here. So just trade responsibly in power hour. It could be a Friday shit show. It could be a Friday short squeeze. It could just be Friday crazy action. Just, again, do not risk more than you're willing to lose. If you've had a good day, just end the day. Walk out of the markets. Start your weekend off. If you're not in any trades but you want to watch for education. Watch and see how Friday afternoons before the weekend, how they trade on an NFP Friday. And make mental note of that, because there's always going to be another NFP Friday. Once every month, there's going to be an NFP. So you mentally make notes, jot notes down, some things that you see, write it down. And then when we have our next NFP, which will be the first Friday of January, then we make mental notes of these things, and you might see these patterns happen more than often. Okay, so you see, guys, it was red, it came down, right down physically to that 9 EMA and came right back up. Okay, so now it's coming back up for maybe the double top. It's an ignited bar, and this is power hour now. It's 3 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so this is where they might be engineering the second top at the start of power hour. But it could also just continue to break out of here and squeeze the short sellers. So we're right back to that purple high of the day, and it's a red ignited bar, maybe push back down. So if you're in a sell, Got to place your stop loss just a little bit above here, and I hope it can continue to push down and break that low and come down and test this green box. Maybe if it physically breaks, could come down to that POI, daily support of interest, 16,063. Gold, okay, so gold came up, back down, coming back up with a lower high at 3 o'clock. Gold can break down. If it breaks that trend line right there, gold could start to continue to push below 2,000, come down to maybe 1998, down in here. Everyone's going to have different opinion, Rowan. I know you don't want it down, you want it to go up, but someone is selling. Remember, there's two sides of a trade. There's always going to be somebody that makes money, there's going to be someone that loses money. That's the nature of the game, that's what trading is. So, yesterday when I took a loss, somebody was on the other end and made some money. There's days when I make profit, someone on the other end is losing money. That's trading. That's how it is. Okay, you got to learn how to accept that, but risk management, that's what's different. That separates a trader who does really well from a trader who is struggling. Everyone's going to make wins, everyone's going to make losses here. But what separates other traders is the risk and how much they're risking per trade or per day. That's the hardest part to learn. FX undercurrent, US CAD going nuclear next week. Price is still holding. Yeah, could possibly do it. I follow USD CAD too for big moves. So I hear you. Okay, so US30 again pulled down, going back up, breaking that high of the day, guys. So just be careful over here when you're trading. Promello, have a nice weekend, bro. I appreciate you. Okay, guys. Unfortunately, I gotta go. I gotta go pick up my son at school. I gotta do these things as a dad. Gotta do these things. I would love to stay here and trade Friday afternoons with you guys. You Thunder, awesome, guys. Listen to that. Michael Douglas is a must. I 100% agree. If we can have some little homework this weekend, listen to Mark Douglas. Okay, go for a nice drive out in the country. Just go for a nice drive. Go 10 kilometers below the speed limit. Just cruise. Put on Mark Douglas. Have a nice smoky, and just drive your car. Go out in the country roads. Put on Mark Douglas. Put your seat back in the car and just relax and listen to Mark Douglas. You know what's another good thing is listening to Mark Douglas while you're trading. Like if you trade individually, listen to Mark Douglas when you're trading. Because if you're ever in drawdown, you got Mark Douglas in your ear telling you to be responsible and trade management. Also, if you're having a good day trading, you listen to Mark Douglas in your ear, and he's going to tell you how to be responsible and maybe walk away from the markets in profit. That's another thing, guys. That's a little tip. I used to do that back in the day. When I used to trade by myself, I used to put in one ear just an earphone and listen to Mark Douglas. It was very soothing. Mark Douglas' voice is beautiful. My voice sucks. Mark Douglas is very soothing, and he talks to you. So if you're in drawdown, if you're having a bad day, Mark Douglas will help you get through it. If you're having a fantastic day, Mark is going to talk you to get out of the markets and not be greedy. I'm telling you the honest truth, guys. It does work. Try it out. See for yourselves. And let me know next week. It couldn't really change your trading. Guys, NASDAQ, that was a full 10 pip drop, measured move. Okay, from here, if you sold, you had your stop loss above there. It just filled the gap 10 pips. But if it can continue to take out this green box, next point of interest is right here. So I like to draw point of interest also on Bookmap right here, kind of where the market came down, back up, came down, back up, could come down all the way down there. Could find the big bidders, could find the volume and come rotate right back up. If it does come back up, always gauge about 50% of this candle. And maybe if it's a lower high, might continue to break this green box and continue to drop, guys. Gold, nothing broke down here. So they came down red, faked out the market a little bit with a little bit of a impulse and continue to push it up. Gold we might see come up. Maybe US30 is going to follow and start to sell below here. Maybe look for sells below here, 36,245 on US30. Maybe to drop and fill that gap as well down in there. But NASDAQ, yeah, fantastic drop for those that initiated a sell, guys. See how it came up for the second top and the buyers got stuck right there. Remember, this was our big point of interest, guys, 16,115. It was that huge block order that was in the market, so it kind of absorbed everything. It trapped those buyers, and now they're redistributing that volume. So that's a fantastic scalp sell right there, guys. Some of you guys got it, and congratulations if you did. But also understand it can come down and it could possibly go back up. But trailing stop loss if you can. Maybe this might sell off this afternoon and you can get some good pips. Okay, guys, that's it for me. If everybody on YouTube, if you got a little bit of education today, if you learned something new, can you guys hit the like button? We do appreciate it. We did 3 big top downs today. Next week we'll do SP 500. We'll throw that in there too. Had a great week with everybody here. Hopefully you guys had a good week trading as well. If you want to join Stock Sniper Trading, guys, we'd love to have you on the team. This is the free Telegram group. Yes, 6.5K. Thank you, guys. We got there. We were 6.49. We got the 6.5. Amazing, guys. So if you want to join us this weekend, and we'd love to have you on the team and learn and earn with all of us at SST. Okay, guys. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate all of you guys. Hustle hard. Your little man's in my prayers and everybody else here. He's a soldier. He'll get through it. And just everybody enjoy your weekend. Guys, big Cowboys game this weekend, Sunday nighter against Philadelphia Eagles. We're going to smash those Eagles and maybe take over the NFC East. So we're going to have a good, and if you watch UFC, guys, enjoy the UFC. Any European football you guys watch, American football, have fun. Review some charts, guys, if you can. Review your journal, and have a good weekend, everyone. Annette, take care. Juanito, thank you, bro. It's a pleasure having you here. Rob, take care, guys. Everybody, take care. Good weekend. Happy Friday. Juma Mubarak. God bless everyone. Thank you, guys.
Hey guys, good morning, welcome to another live session of Stock Sniper Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US30, sell, okay? I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please, secure.
As a trader, we all look for tight or low spreads, which helps us to get in and out of the market. Using the right broker can help us try different strategies. With multiple options of brokers on the web, here at Stock Sniper Trading, we have a recommended broker, that is, HankoTrade. With spreads as low as 0 pips and leverage up to 500x, HankoTrade is just one click away. With multiple account types to choose from, you also have a minimum deposit of $10. Using HankoTrade's affiliate program, refer a friend and earn up to a 40% commission on trading volume. Built by traders, for traders. HankoTrade.